Yeah, so I've been taking it apart at this point, so I'm back to play stage. I'm playing with the grid. I'm also playing with layering some light over dark and dark over light. So I've got some light violet here, and I'm going to put it down. Makes a dramatic change. Changing it up. I had a lot of very warm colors, so I'm trying to bring in some cool. As soon as I brought in a cool color here, it made me want to go in and get some other cool colors. Cool it down a little bit. Texture build up there. Just leaving that one little line. As much as I love this thing, I'm so attached to it that it's become completely distracting. And the color isn't working anymore. But I know it's there. I can always come back and find it again. I like that color a lot more. Bring it all the way up. I'm pressing pretty hard here because I just want a very thin layer of paint and cold wax. I'm leaving out little squares and little things, pieces. Yeah, I like that. Color better. Too much. I have created a complex painting. It was so simple, but I had to complexify. This is what I do. And I do sort of tend to gravitate towards similar colors. I really do love this lavender. I really like the way now how that's peeking through. I am every time I'm using a new color, I'm being very diligent about popping this in the baby oil to make sure that I'm working with a very clean brayer. You don't ever want to leave these in too long in your baby oil, maybe 10 minutes, because otherwise it'll start to expand and deform the shape of your rolling tool, your brayer. Yeah, so I decided I really like the idea of a grid and I want to keep working with it. Okay, at this stage, now this is my favorite part of the painting. This thing is dead center, so I have to tame that. And I want to come in with some earthier colors. So unfortunately, this has to go. That wasn't necessarily the right color. I can come and fix that later. Actually, that's kind of nice. I think I might want to just bring that whole color in. That's a nice color. I decided when I looked at it this morning what it was really missing. Oh, hello. What it was really missing was texture. So I started working with texture. I knew there was running the risk of losing that little cool ear shape thing I had going, but whatever. Too bad. Now I'm working with that I can never pronounce it right. This violet hematite is it's a really interesting, very nuanced color, especially if you put a little white in it. So I put in some radiant white with it, and it looks pretty great right next to its complement, which is this orange here. So I'm very far away from the red I started out with, I realize, but it's still under there, and it's reacting with the other colors I've got going here. I also didn't like all that scribbly stuff in there. It was adding absolutely nothing to this painting, so I knew that I needed to have enough layers to get rid of those marks. That is one thing about using your graphite stick, is you really do have to build up quite a lot of paint to lose it if you put it down. So it's a pretty big commitment when you start deciding to use it. Okay, this is kind of a wild painting now. Excuse me. Okay, and now we have a color problem. Some of these colors aren't working well together. Yeah, and that pink scribble is adding absolutely nothing to my composition, so it has to go. This is now our focal point, this blue line here. Tangled up. I know, I did love you, little pink thingy, but you were doing nothing. Yeah. I'm sorry, pinky thing. You didn't make the cut. Yeah, that is bringing it into color harmony. I brought in some of that hematite violet mixed in with a little bit of pink, radiant white. So now in terms of color harmony, the only piece that is bothering me is the one I loved so much at the beginning. So I need to decide what happens to it. I don't want to let it go completely. I just need to change its color a little tiny bit. So I'll figure this out.